Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my home. Welcome to day 3 of our 10-day challenge. We're a third of a way there, technically, after this episode. But I don't want to think of the end. I really do want to take it bite by bite, and I hope that you are doing the same. You do not have to watch every episode or watch them in order. For those of you who've been walking with me a long time, we've been walking together side by side. You know how these go. But for those of you who are new, welcome. Every so often, Spirit will call me to do a cleanse, a reset like we're doing here, or something, whatever it is. And it's always different. And I was beginning to wonder when we were going to do another one. And then recently I was pulled to do this 10-day challenge. It was for me initially, for myself. It wasn't selfish or anything. I was like, man, I'm not liking myself right now. I don't know who I am. And I was feeling very conflicted. And so Spirit was like, well, what do you need? And I was like, I need a reset. Like, I feel like I need to kind of come back to basics. I need to look at things, even if it's the same messages I've heard 7 gazillion times. I know that each time I hear that message again, I gain something new. And so this is for all of us, but honestly, I started this just for myself, and it just kind of came together like this organically, naturally. Today we are going to look at cards from Living by the Moon deck, healing mantras inspired by the magic of the moon. And before we jump into the cards, Spirit is calling on you. If you found yourself here today, right now, would you see that, fairy? If you are here watching this right now, whether it's the first time you've ever been to this channel, whether you've watched 1,000 of my shows or we've done work together, today is a brand new day. And if you are here today, your mission, should you choose to accept it, and those of you who know me know, one of my spirit guides, I call him Ethan Hunt, because he's like, dun, 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 doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. And he's like, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is starting tomorrow on this brand new moon cycle, in this new moon in Scorpio energy, this Scorpio moon that's coming. It's my moon. I get so excited. I know, I'm a nerd. I don't care. I literally don't care. That's just pure elation because I love it. It's my moon, man. So it's like I'm on the precipice. I'm right there. I can't wait. And it's magic and it's awesome. Scorpios are beautiful. Research the Scorpio energy. Always look in the description box below. There's further things for us to look into, investigate, research about ourselves or this particular session. Thank you so much for being here. But your mission, should you choose to accept it, starting tomorrow, is to start living your life by the moon. It has changed me dramatically this year. Those of you who know, I used to be Lula's Labyrinth. Then Spirit called me in and asked me, they want to get intimate and close up. Okay, here we go. They want to get moody. Oh, I'll go moody. You know me, I'll always go moody. Oh, so in this darkness right now, because we are, today in real time is October 24th, 2022. Let me add that together. Hold on. So October 24th, hold on, put a pin in what I was talking about because we're going to come back to it. But let me just, I think this is correct, but I don't. Hold on. It is. It's a 13. It's the Divine Goddess. It's okay. So if you add up 10/24/2022, it comes to the number 13. And I'm going to add it up again just to make sure because I have done that before and got all excited. Okay, so 2022, so 2, 4, 6, and then the 24th, 8, and 8 plus 4 is 12. Yep, and 1 is 10. Yup, because the 0 is still itself, but it is 0. So it is a 13. It is the Divine Goddess, and the Divine Goddess energy is calling to you. This Venus, we are in this Venus energy. So I am telling you, if you start living your life by the moon cycles, you will start to notice the rhythm of humanity. And we were all given this natural gift from spirit. Look at how the sun is coming out in the background. I love it. We were all given this gift from spirit to live by the moon. And when we do that, we realize that we work in unison, in harmony. They've given us all these deflectors, you know, man can't go to the moon and we can't do this. It's like, come on. It's just ridiculous. There are so many quote unquote aliens, species, galaxies, where we come from. It's so vast, it's so big that our human brain that we were programmed to believe is limited wouldn't really be able to understand how far it goes. That's why I work with spirit and I meditation, and in my dreams I go to other places. Like, I know that this is a form of a slave planet. It's actually become a slave planet, but it's not meant to be a slave planet. It is meant to be a teaching and a learning and a healing planet. And that, my friends, is what we are here to do. We're here to bring beautiful Goddess Gaia, Mother Earth, the divine feminine energy. The moon is water, Scorpio, intuition. Can you feel it? We're moving out. You know, it's like we've gone into, like yesterday was Scorpio season, okay? We came in. So Libra is now gone. Goodbye, air. Like, none of my feathers wanted to be anywhere in this reading. We're in this earth energy. We're feeling this divine connection. I wasn't called to bring water in because the moon is its own energy. It's like she doesn't need it. Lilith. I mean, I'll write all these things in the description box below because you could be brand new. This could be the first fucking thing you've ever seen in spiritual things. But like all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, that's what I've always believed in. That, yeah, you're not crazy. You're not. You're blessed and you're special and welcome. And thank you for being here. And I'm excited that you're here because we are building and growing in numbers. But if you're here, it's because deep down you know that you are here for a higher purpose. That's why the very first episode was higher purpose. And the second episode was unpack your heart behind the light. And now today our theme is heaven's light. And if we live by the moon, it'll feel like we're living in this metaphorical heaven's light. Because heaven is whatever you want it to be. What is your heaven? My heaven is having a beautiful place to heal myself and others. A place where people can come and unpack their heart, their sacred, beautiful heart, be themselves, cry, scream, sing. You guys, a great blessing occurred in my family yesterday. I may get emotional, and that's okay because it's my season and it's my moon, right? Oh, but Alder went to this local, actually, he gave me the flyer, and I want to read it to you guys, at least the name of the group. So the group is the Clallam County Psychedelic Society and Decriminalize Nature Port Angeles. And it says, building community focused on healing. Our mission is to provide a platform for community dialogue and organization by expanding access to education regarding the medicinal, therapeutic, and risk properties associated with ethogenic plants and fungi. Our purpose statement is to decriminalize and destigmatize the use, cultivation, and gathering of ethogenic plants and fungi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Restore our connection with nature and improve well-being of individuals, families, and communities in Clallam County. This is where I live. I feel so proud. Like, now I know why we're here. It's not just that we were coming back to like Alder's people, but Alder went to this society, to this meeting yesterday because of his cousin who has been healing his MS with psychedelics and psilocybin. just really powerful, powerful, powerful. This is a person that like, I'm like, wait, when I met him for the first time, I go, wait, isn't this the cousin that you went to go see a few years ago? And that was going to be the last time because he was like on death's door. He's like, yeah. And I go, that's him. And he goes, yeah. I'm like, holy shit. So long story short, Alder and his cousin George went to this meeting and they were shooting a documentary. And they literally interviewed both George and Alder. Like really profound. I'm like starting to choke up. I go, babe, I'm like, this is exactly like, I mean, I don't think he realizes like all the work and the research that he's gone into doing this. Like, I'm like really proud of him. I'm like getting emotional. I'm like, I keep holding it back. But anyway, because this isn't about me, you know, but also I just want to like let you guys know that this heaven's light, it's literally in front of us. Any torture, pain, or suffering that we have in our lives is absolutely, positively self-induced because we have the power to pull ourselves out of the tragedy, the pain, the suffering. A lot of you know, like I healed myself. You know, my husband Alder, he healed himself. His cousin is healing himself. It's just really powerful, and we're all realizing how gross this whole programming has been for centuries, this slave planet that we've all been on, and we're like, holy shit. And we are all together pushing the darkness out because we're just like, listen, there's a difference between us having our shadow side and our light. And then there's like this fucking darkness that just is like a parasitic energy that wants to take everything from us and make us slaves so they can do what? Fly around in fucking planes and do, you know what I mean? It's like to just play on planet Earth. Fuck off. Like that is not what this is for. And I get really personal about it because my gifts are natural and they're real. You know, Spirit changed the Lula's Labyrinth to the magical medium because they're like, that's what you fucking are. You are pure magic. You are a pure medium. They're like, that is what you are. That is what you bring. That is what you do. They're like, know it, own it, feel it, be it. It's a part of us, all of this. And the moon, when they gave me the cycles and they asked me to like, you know, shut the other stuff down on my channel and start doing all of these moon cycle readings. Now, as we're going into, you know, the second to the, no, what is this? New moon? No. So we still have new moon in Scorpio. Then we'll have, okay. I was like trying to think. I'm like, so before the Gregorian year, this is one of 3 that are left. But technically, according to Samhain and the witches, you know, energy and the moon cycles, Samhain is the end of the cycle. When we go into winter, when we know we're out of harvest and we're going into winter. It's all metaphorical, but the moon does the same thing, and the seasons, and it's like, and just following the seasons and the moon cycles, all of these things over the last 10 months has changed my life dramatically. And I honestly, I'm starting to understand why I've been struggling the last few weeks because it's done. 1333, our first angel number. And Spirit was trying to tell me that it's done. That's also my life path number, number 7. So if any of that means anything to you. So with all of that being said, it's time for change. And we need you. We need you to be who you are. I realized when he came home yesterday, it's like he was just so blown away by how much information all of these people who have been working with this stuff, he said some of these are like way older than us, some of these individuals. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I mean, listen to this, by the way. It says ethogens are a small class of naturally occurring substances traditionally used in religious, spiritual, and shamanic contexts. They produce non-ordinary states of consciousness that are often described as ineffable. Psilocybin, ayahuasca, and peyote. And they describe each one, and it says psilocybin, native to the Pacific Northwest, psilocybin is a naturally occurring psychoactive compound found in certain species of mushroom. Studies show psilocybin has potential in treating depression, addiction, PTSD, and end-of-life therapy, right? I've been feeling that lately, that I really think I'm a death doula, 1458 and 59. Um, and then it says the ayahuasca is a powerfully sacred brew that has a long history for the indigenous peoples in the upper Amazon. Its potential therapeutic properties include treating addiction, depression, anxiety, and suppressed memories. And peyote. Mescaline has been used for thousands of years among indigenous groups in North, Central, and South America in religious ceremonies. Its potential use is the treatment of alcoholism and depression. You know, they give us all these things that make us sick. We spend all this money and our lives giving in to addictions. Then they make us pay to fucking heal ourselves through shit that they make, but yet all of these beautiful plants from the earth are legal. I mean, it's just so fucking obvious. It's a joke. So I feel honored that spirit brought us here. I feel honored. Even today, like I went up to the cabin and I had this moment where I took a video. I'll post it at some point. But I was just really emotional, and I did like a little meditation video for you guys. I'm going to put it below. I don't know if they'll have me put it out in the masses on my page or just the link below in the description box, but you'll see it. But it was just like outside my new house. Like I'm just like so excited, and just watching the birds and the sky and the sun. And, you know, we just had a rainstorm, and it was just really magical, and just how magical the earth is, and all the birds were talking. And this is the time we really connect to nature and to ourselves. So this beautiful, glorious 10-day challenge is really a countdown. If anything, I should have done it 10, 9, 8, 7, you know what I mean? But 10 is about completion, and that's why they had me start it. Because if they wanted me to, I would have started at 10, and we would have gone down like the 12 days of Christmas, like I spoke of. But I love you so much, and I'm so grateful that we are all working so hard together. But I promise you from my heart to yours, I promise you with every fiber of my being, if you start living your life by the moon cycles, your life will change, and you will land exactly where you're meant to be. And you may end up back with certain people or situations, or you may not. And that's okay. And I know it's hard to say goodbye to some people, but remember this, it really goes by so quickly. And you've lived many lives before this one, whether you were here or somewhere else. But Earth is a training ground, and if you found yourself here, I literally was Don the healer for the healers. That is part of my spirit work. Drink some water. They asked me to drink some water before. Pause. Go get some water. 1803. That came out of nowhere. That's my throat chakra too. That's hard for me to say that out loud sometimes. But I realize now it's not about the terminology. I'm not a healer for the healers. I am just here to speak my truth so that you may also speak yours freely. Please, feel free to comment below. Whatever you feel in your heart. But I know for a fact that I am here to walk the walk with you. I'll never ask you, Spirit will never ask you to do anything that they wouldn't do or haven't done themselves. Not all of them have been in human form before, but many of them have. Metatron's a perfect example. I believe Archangel Michael was human too. Jesus. I can go on. And whatever you believe in. But heaven's light is what we make it. If you're in shadow and you're not ready to leave shadow yet, that's okay. You're still there to learn lessons. You're just a fucking spiritual badass. Doesn't make you weak. Bad. 1929. That year, that's a year for somebody. I'll put it in for an angel number 2, but that's a year. 1929. Something tragic happened to some of you. I don't know if I just feel like the needle went across the record, like my whole insides like kind of crashed. So that's for somebody. Okay, you guys. So that's really powerful. 1948. That's another year. It may even be the same. You know what I mean? It could be that maybe you were born in the one year, died in the other. My mother was born in 1948. Okay, so these came out, but I am going to start with this one and see what they say. So these cards are very interesting because they have a picture on one side and then they have a mantra on the other. And I always like to give you both visuals of it because I feel like these are very much up for interpretation. For, insert your story here. What does this mean to you? Because you could say that this individual is holding, that's a human hand holding the sun and the moon. It actually looks like this necklace I used to have, which I don't know what happened to it, but you can look at it from this way where you're pulling it. You're pulling the sun and the moon to you, right? You can look at it this way, as if the sun and the moon are like bleeding into your hand. You can look at that as a symbol of meditation. It really is. It could be energy. Nothing's pulling anything. It's just energy connecting you to the sun and the moon. But I like, because they were talking about living by the moon cycles, I feel like you, again, all four, use your throat chakra, speak up. It's time. I attract success by being my authentic self. And if you can't take a screenshot of that, pause it and take a screenshot. I attract success, or if you like it in the really pretty, I don't know how this is going to work. There we go. If you want to do it in the fall setting, if you don't, I attract success by being my authentic self. That is our mantra. I attract success by being my authentic self. And remember, yesterday we spoke about, going out on our own, making our own money, self-employed. The first episode was about finding our higher purpose. Oh, I love this. I am starting to feel a theme going on here, you guys. Do you feel it? Oh, I got the chills all over my body. I love you all so much. I hope you feel this. I'm sending it to you. All you have to do is say, yes, I accept this beautiful energy. I accept this healing energy, because I called upon so many energies, and our ancestors are so badass. They literally had me throw stuff at, this is like, most of this is kind of stuck on there. They had me just throw stuff at it so it looks like a fun little windfall, almost like as Libra left in the wind. Now we are in this transitional period. We're in water, but the wind just left. So what is our next card, Spirit? What is our next card? Okay, so I have a homemade deck, and there's a lot of different things going on in this deck. And look at this. It has gotten out of control. Literally, it has gotten out of control. But it's so fun. It's so fun because anytime I think of a hashtag, or if I think of, whatever, Spirit has me hashtag the shit out of my stuff. And sometimes I'm just like, this is obnoxious. And they're like, it's not though. They're like, it's not though. They're like, you don't know. It's going to hit the right place at the right time. And I'm like, okay, I just do as I'm told. So here's some shout outs. Okay. So interesting how we were just talking about Libra, and then talking about Scorpio water. And now look at this, Leo. That's very interesting. So I'm just going to put this here right now because I'm not sure 100% why this is here. So put that there. Keep going. They said, all right, the next card is Sun, which is so awesome because Leo and the Sun are one. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I have this super addiction to pens. I just got the most amazing collection of pens. In the last few months, Spirit has brought like a ridiculous amount of pens into my orbit. Um, and like really good prices and super fun and awesome. So, okay, I'm hearing what they're saying. So for some of you, this is a Leo or you're dealing with a Leo. But also I'm hearing it's time to pull out that Leo sun energy. Okay. So in this next new moon cycle that starts tomorrow on October 25th, this is a solar eclipse. So sun, Leo, there's a connection here. I feel like we're getting more. So listen, this was in reverse, but I'm going to turn that frown upside down because they want you to continue to hold hope because, they're saying like there are so many light workers here, you guys. It's unbelievable. And we have some really cool new tribe members, and I'm excited. We are a star family, a soul family, whatever you want to call it. We are connected. The hope, it's here. It's just yours. It's ripe for the taking. So during the Scorpio season, yes, use the channeled energy of the water, of Scorpio, all that beautiful, yummy, delicious, wonderful. Seriously, thank you. Can I just, Stacy Sexton, can I just like call her out because she like comes through. She's like my spirit guide. I swear to God. I think she was my mom in another life. But seriously though, those are really great descriptive words because the energy that is coming in is just full of so much hope and love and happiness. Research Leo energy, look up the sun energy, and hold hope, okay? Because really great things are coming. And also that's a little fish. So I'm feeling Pisces. Maybe you're a Pisces or you're dealing with a Pisces. So I'm hearing like, hold on, hope for that. The heaven's light is coming through. It could be a Pisces that my throat chakra is coming through again, has passed through. Are there any family members or loved ones that are here right now? So for Stacy, I don't know if she watches these anymore, but I'll just channel it to her. Yeah, I'm feeling like this kind of grandmother energy, and her family's from the south, from Nolans. So I'm hearing super. You can look at this as like supper, like look at they're like dining out. They're wearing a top hat because it's such a fancy place. Like it's right around the corner. Hold hope. You're not going to be, living this way forever. But also I'm hearing super good job. Super good job for those of you who have been holding hope and holding on. Thank you. We get it. You can take a break. You can take a breather. This new moon energy, I've said this before and I'll say it a gazillion times. I love the energy of a new moon, but we don't just go, oh, hey, we were in Libra, because today, not technically, it is in these hours as I'm doing this reading. When you watch it, obviously it's timeless, but in real time, I am in the last few breaths of Libra, of the Libra moon. So even though we've transitioned from Libra, the zodiac, into Scorpio zodiac, it's like we are still at the last of that moon, of that Libra moon. And Libras are all about hope. And you know what I mean? And balancing the scales and, bringing justice back. But Leos too have that strong, powerful, like they will fight, and they're loyal and they love hard and they're beautiful. We need that beautiful, bright, vivacious Leo energy, the energy of the sun. That's why they're aligned, right? Because in order to attract success, we have to be our authentic selves. But sometimes we have to borrow energy from other energies to help us through a tough time. And it's been tough out there. So you're not alone. And success is there. It may seem a little buried. It's like, I'm back here, I'm back here, I'm back here, but it's there. And listen, look at this, beautiful. This is a message straight from Spirit's heart to yours. Make today great. Every day at the end of the day, this is what they want us to do. This is our homework. This is our mission. Should we choose to accept it? Is at the end of each day, with our animal, our pet, our familiar, with our significant other, with our children, our friends, our parents, our family, whomever we live with, I don't care if it's just you talking to yourself and you have your plants. At the end of the day, say out loud one great thing that happened, because every day at least one great thing happened. When I watched the movie Signs again recently, and there's a moment where Joaquin Phoenix's character is asking his brother, who, turned away from the church after they, I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it, but he had a tragedy happen and he turned away from the church. And so he says, I'm asking you not as my brother, but as a man of the cloth. He's like, can you please, can you give me some words of comfort? 3035, which is also the number 11. I love you, spirit, angels. And he says to him, some people believe that what's happening right now with the aliens, the invasion, he's like, some people will look at this as a miracle. He goes, where others will look at it as the end of the world. And he goes, so you have to ask yourself, which one are you? Oh, I just got the chills. And Joaquin Phoenix proceeds to tell him this story about his first kiss when he was in junior high or high school or something. He was young, but it was the first time he drank. And he really wanted to kiss this girl. And they were going in for the kiss and he was so excited. And then he remembered that he had gum in his mouth and he didn't want to make a bad impression. He was nervous enough. So he turned around to take the gum out of his mouth and spit it into a cup. And he said, and when I turned back around, he said, she was puking all over herself. And he said, and all I thought was that she would have puked in my mouth. That would have like ruined me forever. And he said, no. He's like, some force came in that day. He's like, I'm a miracle man. I believe that this is a miracle. And it was like such a great moment. And it's like, even something like that, right? It's like, you can look at it any way you want to look at it. But it could even be as simple as somebody held the elevator door open for you. You decided to walk left instead of right, and somebody drove by a big puddle, and you're like, oh shit, that would have been all over me. Follow your intuition. That's what Scorpio is all about. Oh, I got the chills all over my body. And follow your dreams. That's what this 10-day down to Samhain is. Because the closer we get, the veil gets thinner, and you feel them. You cannot not feel them. If you are here, you are special. So follow your dreams. Okay, now we've got one more. Oh no, we've got a few more. Okay. Whatever it is that's stopping you from keeping hope or following your dreams, whatever it is now officially time to let it go. And Spirit had me use different letters, different, ways of, cursive or, block letters, pretty letters, color. And I wrote let it go on other things. But this one in black was like, this is for your protection. You have got to let it go, because I'm getting from some of you, if you don't let it go, Spirit will. Your higher self will step in, and just like the story we just told, and they'll stop it, whatever it is. So you can go freely, or you can stay in the loop, and you are going to be miserable. But if you stay in the loop, you're going to have to let certain things go to move forward so you can get through it. Because I feel like some of you are the needle on the record where you're stuck. It's like, when you're like listening to a song and it's like, chances are that you wear a, and then you scratch the record, silly grin. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm saying that because I was listening to, I'll put it below, but Spirit had some great meditation music for us, but also right before this, they played a Nat King Cole song, and I'll put it below. But anyway, I was channeling Nat King Cole. Thank you, blessed soul. So you got to let it go, because black is for protection. And they're like, you look at it's almost like, look at how it covered up follow your dreams. It's like hope and following your dreams are being covered up because they're like, until you let it go, you're not going to flow. But I feel like for some of you in this Scorpio season, you finally will. So I'm going to put this here because I'm going to hold hope for all of us, and I'm going to hold hope for the dreams. And listen, call on the angels. Like I literally heard, angels we have heard on high. I'm like, I can't sing that high right now. But you know what I mean? Listen to angelic music. Hey, listen, if Christmas time, Yule, if that kind of music like makes you feel really, really happy, then you go for it. You listen to it now. You know, we're only a few days away from Samhain, Halloween. In fact, today, it's a week from today. So now we're really in that countdown. We're really going to start feeling it, right? We're going to feel that connection to the angels if we allow ourselves to open up and use it. And they had me put angels over Leo because a lot of Leos are like angels. So if you have Leos in your life, be like, you know what? I'm not feeling too good, dude. I could really use some, here's our last message, bliss. I could really use some bliss from my sweet Leo. I have so many beautiful Leos that I've known in my life. And, you know, as much as I've been like, sometimes I'm like, oh, you're a pain in my ass. I'm like, you are still also like my favorite, like awesome being, you know, they just carry a different energy. So, and then we all have different frequencies, right? So use the angels to gain that blissful energy, and you deserve it. Don't think that you don't deserve it. You deserve success. Okay, do we have any more from the homemade deck? Okay. Do we have any more from the moon deck? No. Those are our messages for today, blessed souls. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I love you. I love you. Spirit loves you. We are going to keep working through this, and I promise you, when we get to the end of this 10-day, you're going to be a different person. I know it. Until next time, take really good care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you tomorrow. Blessed be. Aho.